Moon magic, welcome. So, I'm going to be discussing the energy of the moon and the personal planet Mars. And this is something that I hold very dear to my personal experiences because I have conjunction of moon and Mars in my birth chart. So, it is something that I personally deal with, and I thought it'd be very interesting to just discuss this energy and just see if some of you out there resonate with it, also from my personal experience as well as my professional experience counseling people that also have this energy or strong aspects to their natal moon by Mars. So what is the main goal of the moon and a Mars configuration? It is the moon learning how to defend itself. It's the moon learning how to be resilient, strong, transformative, and fighting for its rights in the most healthy way that it can. I find when Mars and the moon are together, it is someone that is either constantly shedding emotions, letting go of things from the past, always things from the past being brought up. I do have personal experience of a lot of deja vus, a lot of reoccurring things happening that happened in the past, maybe meeting someone from the past that reminds you of someone else from your past, not even wanting to deal with the past at all, because Mars is also very progressive. The native or the person may also feel like they don't want to deal with anything that had to do with the past. Or domestic life, family, roots, foundations, and they're very progressive in their way of living, most likely past the Saturn return after the age of 29. This is when the moon and Mars aspect is really put to the show. It comes out more because of the energy of that fire. The fire needs to be expressed. So by transits with the moon, Mars conjunction, I always find that people need to, exercise and work out, do something physical. Usually energy comes in different ways. A lot of moon and Mars, people like to do a lot of home renovation. If it's not home renovation, it's not wanting to be home or doing a lot of things in the home. Working in the home is important for moon and Mars, or doing home repair, cutting things, even having all these different types of protective things in the home. Like you would find these are the kind of energies that would have a gun in the home, or swords in the home, sharp objects in the home. Having a home business, a home-based business, is also something I do find with a lot of moon Mars dynamics. Also to the people that you attract, or the partners that you tend to have in your world, are either very emotionally mature or immature, and you are the one that is giving this energy to them, this nurturing kind of energy, to their expressive energy, because Mars is about expression. So in relationships, there can be a lot of expressions of either love, of hate, of war, of just an emotional need to have your fire be emotionally understood, which is basically your spirit. Your fire is your spirit, the way that your spirit wants to initiate itself here in this physical realm. So that moon energy tends to attract or project those kind of things onto the partner. I also find with this placement that you can be physically stuck in your emotions sometimes. When you don't understand them, there's a need to understand the emotional world or the inner world before there's like another move taken or another step taken. It's like a person that is calculating their next move according to their mood. Even though this is the moon and the moon is very emotional, Mars is very logical and impulsive at the same time. So the logic, the mind tends to work really quick with the moon and Mars individual. The mind is constantly thinking about what steps it can take and what are the quickest ways of dealing with it, the quickest, smoothest, fastest way of getting through something without any type of emotional confrontation or mental blockage or headaches, really. A moon Mars progression is very interesting because this dynamic goes from people that probably had their moon maybe in Pisces when they were born, and then it progresses into Aries, or their people that have their moon in Libra and it progresses into Scorpio because of the modern rulership of Mars to Scorpio, which is that transformative energy. To find a sex and sexuality, what is your sexuality, what is your sexual orientation, is something very interesting with the Moon Mars dynamic, because sexuality becomes a really interesting way of expression for the Moon Mars native. And this expression is, it can be through going through the actual surgery of changing your sex, or physical expression of your creativity and the way that you want to show love. It's a very passionate energy depending on what phasal relationship Mars was in at the time. You want to also check to see maybe Mars was in retrograde or was it going direct when that Moon Mars aspect was happening, because this also tells you the function of how that moon is going to really express that Martian energy. Because if it was retrograde and your moon is having a relationship with Mars, then that would probably mean that you go into yourself a lot more than you think you do, or you take a lot of things internally, very personal, or you're not able to express that anger that Mars is retrograde with that combination. But if Mars was moving direct, then the emotions are quickly expressed and then quickly forgotten, and the person is able to move through life with a firework sometimes type of personality, depending on how mature they are and understanding their impulsive reactions. So I would say that there is always going to be a fun time with a Moon Mars person. You're either going to be fighting them or wrestling with them. I don't think there's ever going to be a really dull moment with this energy. So tell me what you guys think of this explanation of the moon and Mars. I'm really interested in the moon. Anything that the moon is in, I'm really watching it. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you want to book a reading with me, you can email me at Aquila astrology@gmail.com, and enjoy life, guys.